Hi friends, Dr. Lisa here, physical therapist and oncology rehab professional. And recently I received a question from a member of my email list that asked, how do I naturally reduce estrogen levels if I've had estrogen positive breast cancer? Wow, what a great question. And I'm happy to share this on a video so we all get to learn this information. Now, estrogen positive breast cancer means that cancer is sensitive to the hormone estrogen. And so increasing circulation levels of estrogen increases the risk of recurrence. So often they will offer a surgical option of removing the ovaries or a total hysterectomy. Sometimes they'll treat with estrogen suppressing medications if someone is prior to menopause. And then often after menopause, they give aromatase inhibitors, which block the aromatase pathway in our peripheral body, the cells like our fat cells that produce estrogen. So how do we do this? What I want to make really clear is this is in support of the treatment that you and your oncology team have agreed upon. This is in no way a replacement for the medication or recommendations that they're advising you on. But if you're going to go through treatment and make the decision to take certain medications, then how can your behaviors and choices help support your treatment plan with your oncologist? So the number one thing that I recommend is to reduce or eliminate alcohol. Now, alcohol directly stimulates the aromatase pathway in our body. So it stimulates the increased production of estrogen. And we know that alcohol is associated with increased risk for breast cancer and increased risk of recurrence. So less is better and none is even better than that. And this is really a very powerful way that you can impact the estrogen production in your body. And we also know that this helps reduce some of the we call vasomotor symptoms like hot flashes. So less alcohol can reduce your hot flashes also. Number two, my recommendation is maintaining a nice ratio of lean body mass to fat body mass, or having a healthy percentage of body fat in our tissues. And for women, that's going to be around 20 to 35% body fat. Now, our body fat produces estrogen. And so I'm using this term of lean body mass to fat body mass ratio, or lowering our body fat percentage versus weight, because we can be at a weight that we think is healthy, but if we're at 35 or 38% body fat versus having more muscle mass, then we're still producing a lot of estrogen even at a healthy weight. So I don't usually use weight as a measure at all, but percent body fat. Doing strength training increases your lean body mass. Using more strength, it helps protect your bones, it protects your balance. And we know strength training is also cancer recurrence protective. To be able to do 150 minutes of exercise every week helps lower your risk of recurrence also. So I recommend strength training to increase lean body mass and lower body fat. Healthy body fat ratio or percentage should be about 20 to 35% on the high end. 20 to 25% female is a very athletic, lean-looking female. And then the 25 to 30% range is probably where most people should try to achieve. Now, the number three thing that I recommend is that we eat a healthy, nutritious diet that helps balance our metabolic health. And I usually recommend a Mediterranean-style diet or a whole foods plant-based diet. So I like the Mediterranean style diet, eating a large variety of plants and vegetables, fruits, beans and legumes and whole grains, as well as lean pieces of protein and natural sources of protein, like fish and seafood, and that we get fresh sources of dairy for our calcium. And this type of diet that's very low in processed food help us make a very stable metabolic health. So we're not getting these huge spikes in blood sugar. We're getting a lot of the nutrients and the phytonutrients that we need for a healthy immune system. And we're maintaining a healthy lean body mass to fat body mass ratio with both of these types of diets. Now, the last thing that I'm going to recommend is to really reduce or eliminate highly processed foods and sugar. Now, sugar in all its forms, from candy and cakes, and to the sugar that's hidden into a lot of the processed foods that we buy. But eating sugar, and we'll just say in the form of sweets and treats, increases our insulin, increases our glycemic load, and it increases the likelihood of insulin resistance developing. And when we get insulin resistance, then our liver tells the body, I need to deposit more fat. And when our estrogen is blocked, our fat gets deposited more around our middle body. We tend to get more of a disbursement of fat around our middle and our waistline. And this is known to be metabolically unhealthy for us and also increases the production of estrogen. So sugary foods are not the most nutritious choice for us, and really eliminating sugar so we can achieve a more healthy metabolic state. So healthy, stable insulin levels, stable blood glucose levels, and less deposit of fat around the middle body. We can do that by really looking at our consumption of highly processed foods, chips, white bread, white pasta, white rice, and cakes and cookies and candies and red vines and sodas that are high in sugar. We really want to look at eliminating a lot of those things out of our diet. All right, really, everyone, I'm so proud of you for all the steps that you take to try to live the best quality life that you can. It is a lot to have happen to you when you have breast cancer, and a lot to think about the change in your life. And it's really finding the ways that work, giving yourself grace on any given day. I want you to know I'm rooting for you, and I'm really happy that you're here watching. If you haven't followed my channel, I would really appreciate a follow. I'm producing as much free content as I can about breast cancer recovery, but also osteoporosis and bone health, because that's so important if you've ever had breast cancer. Hey, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.